here for a lifetime underneath the moonlight. Cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine. In a world so full of pain, can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. But without of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong, baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe
Hey,
in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
Hey. Whoop. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danae Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Black people are at the top of the list when it comes to being funny. Let's discuss it. But before we discuss it, guys, I recorded this whole episode. Pardon me for being late, but I recorded this whole episode without actually pressing record. So I was talking, but I wasn't live, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it till I got to the very end. And I was just like, oh my gosh, now I have to record this whole thing all over again. Remember my talking points, all that. But it's all good. I love you guys, so I don't mind doing it again. Anyways, back to the topic. Black people are at the top of the list when it comes to being funny. Yeah, absolutely. You can hate the truth, but it is what it is. We just are. When you look at our comedians, when you look at, just society, people making videos dating back to Vine, but just on Instagram in general, social media in general, pardon me. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those. The funniest things are all made by Black people or have Black people featured in them. I'm sorry, it is what it is. This is no diss to any other race out there. It's just, like I said, it's facts, and I speak nothing but the truth. It's the whole basis of my podcast. So yeah, we're going to talk about it today. And another reason why I want to talk about it today is, like I feel like, and I say this a lot in my podcast, that I go hard on Black people a lot. And I wanted to make an episode where I speak positively about Black people. And it's not that I speak negatively about Black people, even though a lot of people take it negatively. I just feel like I'm hounding them on doing better because we can. But, I also want to acknowledge from time to time that we're great. A lot of us are doing so great. I have a lot of friends that are Black and are thriving and are naturally funny. So I wanted to speak about it today because it's our natural born superpower. I really believe that. And so many people envy it, and that's why we should embrace it. We just should embrace it, period. But when you have something that's so rare and that comes so natural to us, it's really fly. So I want to talk about that today, guys. So yeah, there's this video that I'm going to play for you guys at the end. It's literally a Black guy and a Black girl. She's on a horse. You guys probably have seen it already, but if you haven't, you're in for a treat. It is hilarious. I've been dying laughing ever since I first watched it. It was posted on Shade Room. And I thought it was hilarious. Still, like I said, dying to this day. And when I'm dying laughing, I end up crying. I know a lot of people do that. My best friend in middle school used to do that as well. I thought it was weird that I did that, but it's normal for a lot of other people. So yeah, I laugh so hard to the point I cry every time. It's just as funny as when I watched it the first time. So yeah, that's how you know we're just that funny. Like I said, other races are funny, but not as funny typically. There's always exceptions to rule, guys. I'm a firm believer in that. People that watch me religiously know that. But for the most part, let's talk about majority versus minority again, right? Always what I speak about. So the majority of Black people are winning when it comes to being funny. Because like I said, it just comes naturally. So kudos to us, man. Yeah, I'm going to show you that video. But yeah, to speak to this point further, I grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia. If you didn't know, I grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And people that are not from Virginia or don't know a lot about Virginia think like it's a very discriminatory city amongst other races towards Black people. But my whole life, I've never experienced this discrimination, not to my knowledge. And I'm pretty sure if I experienced it, I would remember that encounter for sure. But I never experienced it, and neither have my sisters. So yeah, but the thing about Virginia is Virginia Beach, especially, or at least the area in Virginia Beach I grew up, we had a bunch of different races around, and we loved one another so great. Like obviously with certain sports like baseball, it was predominantly white, and then basketball and football was predominantly Black. But when we came together in lunch, when we came together in our classes, we were cool. We loved the Asians, we loved the white people, Hispanics. We're especially close to the Hispanics. And yeah, we got along. There was no beef, no weird cliques. Yeah, there were people that, typically the Black people kind of sat with the Black people and the white people kind of sat with the Black people, and white people sat with the white people prior to me in lunch. But for the most part, we got up and, walked around in line. They'd interact with one another and just then go to their tables or whatever. And more so, it was, like I said, more cliques of like baseball. It was more cliques of like teams or like debate team that would sit together more so than race. But, it was all intertwined. But for the most part, like I said, we got along. And even though there were other races, we had a big old melting pot. Somehow the Black people dominated over the other races. And I really believe the reason for that is because we were just so inviting. Like other races just loved to be around us because we were funny. We were funny. We were charismatic. We were entertainment. I know I was a class clown in class. I remember one time I was in class with my teacher, Miss Chadwick. I'll never forget her because she reminded me so much of my mom. And one time I was in class, I was talking with my friend, and she noticed I wasn't paying attention, so she called me out, and she was like, Danielle, she was like, what did I just say? She was like, before she said that, she was like, you're not listening. And I was like, I am listening. And she was like, what did I just say? And I said, what did I just say? Because I said it the way I said it. I make that joke all the time with people now. But I wasn't even trying to be funny. Like, I was just like, that's what you said. And everybody busted out laughing. I don't know if it was the way I said it, the timing of how I said it. But everybody busted out laughing, and I didn't even think it was that funny. But I smiled, and I was like, oh. And she was like, ha ha. And then Miss Chadwick said, ha ha, very funny. But it's like she didn't really like get an attitude or anything, because she was like, she's kind of right. That is what I just said, right? So, yeah, we're just naturally funny. And you can, if you think back to if you're in school now, even, or if you're in school back when I was in school, you remember the class clown in class. What race was he typically? I would bet you he was black. And again, this is no diss to any other race, but it's an experience. And in my experience, the funniest moments I've had in my life were caused by black people, or happened around black people, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I was like, we got to talk about that. I wonder why that is. Are we just born funny? Is it like something God just blessed us with from birth? And we just share that blessing with other people as we get older, so I want to talk about that. So, and also, I talk about class clowns that were in my class, and I was a jokester from time to time in school myself. I was more of a jokester amongst my own family at home. Oh my gosh, if you ask my sisters, if you ask my parents, they'll tell you, like, I was just goofy, running around all the time, be unnecessarily extra, which sometimes wasn't funny in the moment, but later became funny. Because I always say all the time, like, nothing is, it's so funny. I work with this designer couple called Bruce and Glenn. They're twins. They're black male twins. And every time I shoot with them, I am dying laughing. Like, they're just goofy. They sing, they play songs in the background while I'm getting my makeup and hair done. And they'll like just sing out of nowhere. And sometimes off key, or sometimes they'll sing really well. Sometimes I would go in like a Whitney Houston with I forget what it calls, levels going up and down, singing. Anyways, it's hilarious to me. But to the woman that's doing my hair, she's like super close with them. I think she's married to one of them. I'm not sure. I should ask. I never want to get into people's business. But yeah, she's just like, she's around it all the time. So it's just like, it's a lot, right? But it's like, no, she's like, they're hilarious. And she's laughing at her head. But, being around them all the time, it's like, oh my gosh, but that's probably how my parents thought about it when I was growing up. To make my point, that's probably what it was. Like, they're around it all the time. And it's like a lot. And even if they might seem irritated or something like that, it's just, no, you get used to it, right? But yeah, there was a time where, like I said, I was just pure entertainment, where I would put on shows with my little sister. And I remember specifically I was singing a song called True Friend by Hannah Montana, aka Miley Cyrus. You guys know, Gen Zers know Hannah Montana was a time. She was the it girl next to Raven, of course. But yeah, I was singing the song True Friend in a microphone. My older sister was recording me, and one of them old recorders. I don't even know how to describe it. One of them old cameras. And yeah, I was singing it, and my little sister was my backup singer. And I remember my little sister kind of tried to get in front of me and try to steal my shine, quote unquote. And I was like, oh, heck no. And I pushed her out, and she fell down. Jokingly, I didn't push her hard. It was a part of the whole skit. And then I continued to sing the last lyric or verse of the song. And I'm just like, yeah. He was like, who cares if she fell down? I'm still the star of the show. But the way I portrayed it, it seemed really natural and authentic, even though we kind of planned it. It was spot on with being funny. And yeah, I wonder if my dad still has that video. It was shot on my dad's recorder, obviously. But it's so old. I'm pretty sure he has it downloaded on a flash drive or something like that. But yeah, hilarious. So I remember that. And also I thought back, when I thought to do this topic, I thought back on, my friends and the sleepovers I had. Because I had, like I said, there were so many different races of people amongst my community, amongst my school specifically. And so I had a lot of friends that were different races, right? I was thinking about, how my experience was with my white friends versus my black friends versus my Asian friends. And I always had a funnier time with my friends that were black. There was one particular friend, her name was Summer. And I loved her to death because, she was half black, half white, and her last name was Summer Wartz. I think it's Wurtz or something like that. So you know how in school they lined you up for PE or certain extracurriculars in alphabetical order by your last name. So my last name is Watkins. If you guys don't know, I go by Danielle Danea. That's my first and middle name. My last name is Watkins, and hers is Wart. So typically we were always together in line. So since we were all together, we naturally became friends. And her mom's first name was Donna, and that's my mom's first name. So we had all these things in common. I was like, we're destined to find one another. I loved her. And we make the joke how we're long lost sisters, and our moms are long lost sisters. Math in our head. That was the math in our head. But yeah, we just had more of a funny time together. I don't know. It's not like, we had different situations and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know, the charisma and stuff like that. It was just a natural, more of a connection with her than it was my friends of other races. So I wonder if it was like that for you guys. If you're watching at home and you grew up around a bunch of different other races and you had a bunch of different races of friends, I'm just curious, was it a funner time? Funner? No, I don't think that's a word. Did you have more fun? Was it more natural in, comedy, things being funny around certain races versus others? I'm curious. I'm just sharing my experience, guys. But yeah, if you even look at it, so that's my personal experience, but if you even look at comedians like, before I get into that point, I want to talk about this time when I was riding in the car with my family. We do these car trips all the time to Florida, Disney World, and then to Georgia and Maryland to see my mom's side and my dad's side of the family. And a lot of the time my mom would play gospel artists, like obviously the Fred Hammonds and the Kirk Franklins, but she also would play like Mandisa or Rachel Lampa. And if you don't know who those two people are, they're more independent Christian artists. Like we are hardcore Christians. We are like a lot of the people know, obviously Kirk Franklin, the Mary Marys, and all the big names, the Fred Hammonds. But my mom would go to the artists we listened to. You had to go to the Christian records. Remember those Christian stores where you go and get like a Christian bumper sticker and all that stuff? We were in there religiously, so we would get like the Rachel Lampa CDs and the Mandisa CDs. And I remember we were listening to Mandisa, and the song was called God Speaking. It was one of her big old hits. God rest her soul. She just recently died. Rest in peace, Mandisa. She had this song called God Speaking. And instead of singing it like the beautiful song it is, I was over here saying it like a preacher. I was singing it like a preacher. And I can't recite the exact lyrics for you guys right now. My brain is having a brain fart. But if you started playing it, I'd probably pick up on how I was doing it in the car when I was young. But I specifically remember my dad laughing at me doing it. And it was a rare moment because my dad, he would laugh like at me instead of with me. And I was trying to be funny in this moment. So, him laughing, I knew it was with me and not so much at me. So it was, like I said, a very rare moment and a proud moment for me. I felt like I was making my dad proud, making him laugh. So there was that. And then, guys, I wrote this rap for my dad, another rare moment where he was laughing and loving the rap I wrote. And I'm going to sing it for you guys, at least the first verse and the chorus, because that's what I remember. It was so good because it was so funny, and the way I was performing it was funny too. I'm just going to recite it. So it goes, Derek Watkins is our dad. He worked so hard and he still acts glad. He's serious, but he sure can joke. Our dad is so funny, we almost choke. He acts for a living, we think that's cool, but we can't see him because we have to go to school. But there's a time that we can see him on TV. Of course, you hear us screaming, oh, go, 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 daddy, go, 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 daddy. And I say it 2 more times. Bop. And he was bopping. He was like, hey, 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 hey. And then we get to the point. My older sister is by me and she's helping me sing the song. So we get to the chorus and it goes, And it goes D-A-D, and then my sister says D-Y, and then I say, that spells dad E. So it goes D-A-D-D-Y, that spells dad E, D-A-D-D-Y, that spells dad E. So he kept on saying that. He was bopping, he was joining in, singing the lyrics with us. It was such a moment. He still has that paper save. I wrote down the lyrics. I don't know where he keeps it, but yeah, major moment. Guys, just naturally funny, not trying, just wanting to, I'm just being me, So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that because we are fly. We are so funny. And I feel like my experience is a lot of Black people's experience as well. So I was like, I want to talk about it. It's something that is universal with a lot of us and something a lot of people can relate to. So there's that. There's my personal experiences. Now, if you look to comedians, if you look at society, communities, you look at comedians like Dave Chappelle, like Cat Williams, like Eddie Murphy. I think Eddie Murphy is a comedian. A lot of people, I guess, would say he's more so of an actor, but he's also a comedian, right? And then Chris Rock and Chris Tucker. I swear, those two actors. First time I saw Rush Hour, I was like, Chris Tucker is insanely funny. Oh my gosh. He's that type of person that you would have around that could probably be annoying at times, but is hilarious. Like how I was as a kid with my parents. Like I said, that annoying, that thin line between annoying and it's super, super funny. He's like in between, he's on that line. But again, hilarious. That I always say, I was speaking to my boyfriend. I was like, whose genius idea was it to put Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker together and make a movie like that? That couldn't be more opposite. Insane. And it worked so well. But yeah, naturally funny. So great at what they do, at what we do. And you got to acknowledge it. It's like, again, the best comedians in the world are Black. That says something, right? I know a lot of people are fans of Kevin Hart. That's actually one comedian, Black comedian, that I am not a true fan of. I think he tries too hard. And again, when someone tries too hard and something that should just come naturally, it's very cringe for me. But I know I'm not a minority when it comes to that opinion. But I think if you guys have never seen the movie The Upside, it's a movie with Kevin Hart. And there's this older man. He plays the caretaker of this older man. And there's this scene in this movie where they're at an opera, Kevin Hart and this older man. And Kevin Hart turns around. There's this couple behind him, and it's a super old man and a super young, beautiful woman. And he asked the young woman, he's like, "You with him?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "Why?" that I always laugh at. And the woman's just like, she doesn't really answer. And then the old man he's with tells him to turn around. I thought that was funnier than any of the stand-up shows Kevin Hart has ever done. But yeah. For the most part, Black people are just naturally funny. Oh, my cousin Mia message. She says, "Hey, beautiful. Hello. I'm glad you're here." Oh, again, somebody else who's naturally funny. My cousin. Hilarious. So, yeah, we're just fly, man. And I want to make this movie I want to make this movie. I wanted to make this episode to tell you guys, like, we're naturally fly and we can do this and make so much money off it. As opposed to being a rapper or an NBA star, which are great professions to pursue, but something that just comes so easily to us. I think we should benefit from it as much as possible, monetarily and just for us as an individual. Like us making someone smile, one person smile every day will make such an impact. You guys don't know, man. Makes such an impact, a huge impact. We can make so much money. There's this guy named Khaby Lame. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Khaby Lame. And he's the number one, I think, influencer on TikTok. Content creator on TikTok. And he doesn't say a word. The thing is, he doesn't speak at all. And his videos are hilarious. If you're not familiar with his content, he usually shows something that someone is doing in a video. And then he shows the simpler way to do it, or he's like, "Why are you being so extra in this video?" Without, again, not saying a word. He's just pointing with his hands. And it's classic genius. And it's like, why was he the first person to think of that? It's because he was the first person to think of that and made it work to the point where everybody thought it was funny, not just Black people. There's a lot of Black comedians and Black people that are funny that only kind of cater to other Black people because they only relate to other Black people. When you're universally funny, like black people, white people, Asian people can relate to whatever you're talking about and think it's funny universally, that's when you know you have a skill and that you're actually funny. And let's not conflate goofy with funny. Like, don't be a goofy out here doing goofy-ish as a grown man. That's very cringe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being actually funny. And that looks different for so many different people. I speak about all the time. There were so many people in high school, middle school, and even, in my young adult years. There were things that people would make jokes about, make fun of, that people did that were actually funny. And instead of, thinking like, hey, okay, they're joking me about this. How can I turn this into a joke where I now am profiting off it? They get insecure. They start getting sad and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, be smart about it. Whatever you were made fun of, maybe that's God's sign and telling you that's something, that's your skill in order to, make people laugh. If people are going to laugh at you anyway, might as well get it paid for it, right? I know it's kind of, you might seem a messed up way of thinking about it, but hey, do you want to be made fun of for free or made fun of and make money while doing it? So if that's a thing for you, I'm just giving another perspective out there, giving you another perspective. If that's something that's happening to you, think about a way to make money off it. There's an example out there. I don't know if you guys remember Vine. Vine was just a time. I know people are talking about Elon Musk or somebody maybe bringing Vine back, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where you just had to be there and enjoy the time for what it was. And the time has passed. But if they were to bring it back, they'd have to come correct. But anyway, there was this guy that went viral on Vine. Black guy, not the most attractive, not cute by any means. And he says, got him. And then he's on like a phone call. He says, got him. And then the thing is his teeth. He just like with buck teeth. He got his mouth open laughing. And he's rocking back and forth saying, got him on the phone. Went viral. And the guy probably got money, probably got, from interviews and follow-ups, all that from big people. Probably got a big check from that. Probably still has opportunities from that, even though Vine feels like forever ago. So think about that. Think about that. You could do the same, guys. So figure it out. Figure out what it is. It doesn't have to be, necessarily a physical flaw. Maybe you just have a unique personality that you could wing in a way to get people to laugh at you, or laugh with you, Like people laughing at you and people laughing with you, it doesn't really matter when it comes to a check, okay? So figure it out. Stop being so in your feelings. Stop being afraid to express yourself. Do it. Just put yourself out there. Also, another point why I wanted to make this video is because so many points. Is because I think about my childhood and think about who I was. And I was just, like I said, effortlessly, unapologetically me, and unapologetically goofy and funny. And in my adult years, and as an adult, I've lost that. And I think a lot of that happened right when I first moved to Los Angeles. Because, you want to be seen as perfect and make sure you carry yourself a certain way because you're around more elite people, right? But in doing that, I was like, I lost myself. I lost something that came so naturally and people enjoyed and loved about me, something I loved about myself. And I don't want that to happen to other people that, are young watching this, other people that are even my age, the Gen Zers. I want them to sit back and think about that, like how they were as a kid versus now. Obviously, you grow up, you experience things. You're not as naive as maybe you were as a kid, obviously. But no, just how natural you were with your confidence and how you didn't care about what other people thought. You just loved yourself and you're truly yourself. I think we got to get back to that. Because like I said, I really think like all Black people are just born funny. It's a trait God has given us and we should embrace it. We should embrace it and thrive off it in our adult years. Again, I think so many people are like me, are scared to be that, go back to that, just being authentically themselves because people just care too much about social media. They care too much about what other people think about you. And I'm telling you, nobody's going to care once you die. So live your life the best way you can. And the best way you can, I think this is one of the ways to be your naturally funny self. I really believe that, right? So yeah, think about it. Think about something you're doing, and it's cool, like I said, to chase the dream of being a CEO at a company or being a professional, uh, uh, um, a professional NBA star or something like that. In professional sports, or be a rapper. I don't know about the rapper one, but anyway, do something. Do something mainly that's something that you can profit off of, something that you're good at, which is, again, I think every Black person has the ability to be funny. And again, we're not conflating funny with goofy. Don't be doing goofy-ish, guys. You know what that looks like. I don't have to explain it. Guys, do something unique and put your spin on it to where people will actually be entertained. The thing is, people don't have to die laughing at their content. They just they just should be able to want to watch it and want to watch more. That's all it is. Figure out something that is entertaining more so, I guess, maybe than funny. Funny is the ultimate goal, but or if you can reach that, great. But if you can just be entertaining, that's the goal. That's why Hollywood is why so many talented people want to move here, is because when a bunch of people want to watch you and enjoy watching you for a consistent period of time, the influence, the checks just keep rolling in. So yeah, I'm all about, like I said, bettering ourselves, but it's something that I've just acknowledged and acknowledged just watching videos online, and like this video I'm going to show you. That is hilarious for me. And yeah, it's just a fact that we are so fly. I just want to also put out there that we're making these videos online just to be fun, and a lot of the times just as a hobby, but we could actually make money off of this. So that's another reason why many reasons again why I wanted to make this video, and to uplift our people. Like I said, I know a lot of people feel like I hound and come hard, but it's because I love us so much and I know we can do better. But being funny is something we don't have to get better at. We don't have to get better at. Like I said, we naturally got it. We just have to, reel it in and really push it out in a more direct setting, to where we're profiting on it, to where we're benefiting from it. Other people are benefiting from it. And yeah, it's just great. Just a great thing to be. All right, so guys, I'm going to show you this video. This is funny video that I'm always laughing about. Again, you probably have seen it, but if you haven't, you are in for a treat. So here it is, guys. So it's right here. Here we go. Come on. Oh, the volume.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you done ate your damn.
Hold on. All right.
Y'all, my tour guide riding the horse. Yeah. Uh-oh, he done ate your damn shirt. Oh, hell. He eating it too.
Everybody in this video, like I mentioned earlier, is a paid actor. Even the horse. The horse is brown. Just by playing Black people, brown animals, we are just funny. Like, what the heck? The horse ripping his shirt like out of nowhere. Like, what the heck? And actually chewing on it. So, which the woman says, "Oh hell, he ate it too." Hilarious. The comments had me dying as well. Let me show it to you one more time.
Y'all, my tour guide riding the horse. Yeah. Uh-oh, he done ate your damn shirt. Oh, hell.
So
he
quick
eating
with it too. The horse said, one more time.
Y'all, my tour guide riding the horse. Yeah. Uh-oh, he done ate your damn shirt. Oh, hell. He eating it too.
Freaking hilarious. Like, what? And the tour guide say, yeah, Jamaica. I'm sorry. It's just hilarious. Like, what? It was a comment that said, "I'm still laughing at this every day." Facts. Why something is really funny when you keep watching it and it's still funny? Like, as funny as when you watch it the first time. I know a lot of videos I watch, I watch it the first time and it's funny, but I watch it later and I'm like, it's not funny anymore. Oh, classic video. Classic. There's another video. There were other videos I wanted to show you too, because I have this funny photo on Instagram. There's a whole bunch of videos that are funny that I just go home and watch them all and just make myself laugh all day. My boyfriend's like, what the heck? And I'll be crying my eyes out, making myself laugh. He's like, you really be cracking yourself up. Yes, I do. Because again, we crave, like people just crave happiness, crave laughter. And I mentioned it in my other videos that, if you learn a people skill, you will never go broke. If you learn how to make money off doing something that people need, you will never be broke. People need happiness. People need to laugh. It's not really a necessity to live, but people feel that way, that they do. And when you can offer that to just, like I said, just one person, you're making a huge impact. But if you can profit off it to a bunch of people, you're going to be set for life. I can almost dang near guarantee you. Because in such an ugly world, when things are changing and bad things are happening every day, people just want to smile and feel good about their life for, even if it's just for a minute. So to share that superpower, I call it a superpower because it really is, something that, again, people can't just get on their own sometimes. They need someone to show it to them. So be that person. Be that person to share your superpower with other people that, need it. So yeah, I love laughing. I watch that video all the time. Like I said, it's in the saved folder. It's so easy for me to pull up. It was posted, I think, years ago, but I have it saved so I can go back and watch it in this folder. There's another video, guys, I was looking for. I was surprised I didn't save it because I've seen it so many times. It's a white mother and her son. It looks like they're at a petting zoo, right? And there's a bunch of goats around. And there's white goats and black goats and all that. So you see the son go up and pet the white goat. And the mom's like, oh, look at that white goat. And he's like, yeah. And then the white kid goes around to the black goat and starts petting, or about to pet it. And the mom was like, yeah, look at that black one. And then this black kid out of nowhere turns around and says, black one? It was like, what? The comedic timing on that was crazy. Even the comments was like, the comedic timing on this kid is insane. And get him a contract. Get him on an episode on a TV show, because it was crazy. He came out of nowhere. If you look at the video, there was no showing of him even around. He just stepped in the camera out of nowhere where she said, look at the black one. It said black one. Insanely funny. If I find the clip later, I will show you guys. Again, yeah. So good. It's so good. We're so good. And yeah, shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. So again, if you're watching this video, you're fly. You're funny. Even if people say you're not funny, there's something you're probably funny about. They're probably just hating. Find your niche. Find your niche. Do something that you can make people laugh on. Find what it is that you're skilled at, that other people can relate to, other people can be entertained by. And start posting videos videos of yourself, putting yourself out there. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Don't be so concerned about the negative comments. Again, that's going to come with the territory. Be focused on the good ones. You made somebody's day by making that video. Trust me. Start posting it on YouTube. Start posting it on TikTok. Start posting it on Twitter, wherever platform you prefer. All three, even better. And just do it. Life is too short, man. It's too short. And this is something I truly believe almost every black person could profit on, if not every black person could profit on some way. Profit off of or impact somebody's life. So my podcast is all about the betterment of people, but I'm specifically talking about black people today. Again, other races that are watching my show, I know a bunch of other races watch my show. I'm not dissing you. Don't be offended. It's just facts. And I think you'd be inclined to agree. Really stepped back and looked at it. Look at your life. Look at the people you deem to be funny. What race are they mostly? I would bet they're black. So yeah, guys, we're great. And even my dad, hilarious. I mentioned in the video, if you heard me say my dad's on TV, but we can't see him because we had to go to school. My dad was and is a very good actor, very funny, very relatable. So funny. Growing up, he was the Y guy. He shot this YMCA commercial One day I'll put it up for you guys, where he's he's showing all the different activities you can do in the YMCA, and there's one where he's doing racquetball. He's out of breath and he's like, "Hey, racquetball!" It's so funny. I can't really describe it, but people love that. You know, the funny dad. It's the best way to draw people in, to get people to sign up for a year-long membership at the YMCA. You know, so I remember his poster was up every time we went, and I loved it because he was just like, he's so animated. It's so, I think I get that from him. It's so refreshing to see. So, yeah, guys, Black people thrive in comedy. So be funny. Aspire to make somebody laugh and go about your life putting smiles on people's faces. It'll put a smile on your own face. And I guarantee you won't regret it. You'll see some type of benefit in your life or other people's life. So that's all I got to say about that. All right, guys, please like this video. If you like this video, please comment always. I love to hear you guys' opinions, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es sin timidez. Como la ven, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Pero nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé, independiente. Vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos los 7 días de la semana. Te doy de mañana y consejos sabes que no es. Te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no llega a nada.